Okay, MB Moose Lover here again, and in the wild turkey video, and this is just filmed here just yesterday. So this is October 20th today, so it was 19th, and just spotted them behind my house on the lawn, and snuck out to get some video. And of course they saw me, and there was a Jake ahead of them, and he went up in the woods and started making a lot of noise, and clucking, and then they kind of all retreated and kind of went back down the way they'd come into the woods. And the male stayed up there clucking through the whole video I did here, and he never really came down. But all these females here, it's mothers with broods. I don't know how many different broods there was. I counted 24 turkeys altogether. I don't know if I even got them all. But it turned out pretty good. I thought I'd spooked them all, and then they regrouped here. They started back towards there's a brook on my property, and they headed down towards my brook there, and then there's a bunch here, and there's a bunch that already had gone down a little further, and then they all started clucking here, and yelping or whatever, and they basically what it was it was a raccoon that was right there in the middle of the day, and I don't know how he happened to be right there behind them, but he's going to come out here on the lawn, and they were getting a little worked up by him, and then he comes out, and I got a little video of him, and then the turkeys all come out and march straight across in front of me. So I know I put up a lot of turkey videos on my channel, but I just don't get tired of them, and especially this time of the year, they're full feathered, and all these broods from all summer are approaching adults, and they're just I'm fascinated by them, because when I was a kid we didn't have turkeys here, and so I take any opportunity I get, and I like to film and edit. So I don't get too many subjects around home that I can videotape, the odd deer, and here comes a little young raccoon. I don't know, odd for him to be out in the middle of the day. And there were some geese going over here too, and I'm doing this voiceover here. I don't have the I can't hear the volume because I have the microphone muted, so I don't get the sound of the video coming back through over my voiceover and from my TV. So I don't know exactly when the geese were going over. It was pretty well right when that raccoon was there, I think. And they weren't anywhere overhead, or I would have filmed them going over, but they were off a little bit behind the house. Here we got 3 wildlife groups. We get geese in the video too. And I keep hearing that male that was up there and clucking, and thought he was going to come back down, and the turkeys are scattered everywhere, so I'm kind of watching where they're all coming out here. And there's a bunch that are they're going to start filing through here. Like I said, they're in really good shape. It's hard to even pick out the hens here that and the young ones. I mean, you can tell a lot of the young ones, but there's some you can't right away, and there's a few runts in them that are kind of obvious. I did a video here when with one of the broods there, and there's a funny video. I did some voices for them and stuff, and it was just I like to make some kind of humorous videos, and you can kind of tell what ones you can do it with, ones you can't. And that was when the little ones, they kept jumping on each other's backs, and it was called Real Estate is the name of that video. And I was doing voices for them. There was one little tiny one there. The mother come up and stepped on him, and it was like I called him Pee-wee in the video because he was so tiny. And I thought I saw him here because there was a real small runt here. And they do pretty good surviving. They eat pretty well anything, I think. Grass, insects, leaves, whatever they can get. I've got quite a few videos here of them feeding, even as real small chicks. I was fortunate enough to get them on the lawn here feeding right up close with clover, and it's really fun to watch them feeding. The little ones, they don't know how to feed. A lot of times they don't get anything. They're just picking, but they're not really getting anything. The mother trying to teach them how to do it. And apparently they learned. They learned enough to. All summer they fattened up pretty good. So kind of a hard winter here in New Brunswick. Pretty hard winters for them. You know, they get up in the trees, they can get they eat needles or whatever they can get, buds. And the trees are budding late in the fall and the winter. Like I said, I tried to count them here, and I'd lose count eventually because some of them moved off into the bushes here, and there was quite a brood of them here. I said I counted 24 for sure, and there probably was a couple more than that. There might have been, maybe 30 altogether. But it must have been 3 different broods, because we had one brood here, a hen with 10, another hen with 8, and I think it was one with 4. So, and there was one Jake here at the start, and then none of these I don't think are Jakes, or males. So, never see a lot. I don't see a lot of males around my house here. It's usually just hens and broods. And last year we had one that had, she had 10, I think, and I tried to get some males in the spring that were basically, they were, in the mornings I'd hear them, gobbling, and I'd try to sneak up on the fields. I didn't have very good luck with it. And I was going to buy a call so I could kind of call them in and film them, but I just didn't bother with it. I tried calling with my mouth a little bit, and I don't think I was too bad, but kind of getting a hen call or cluck or whatever you call it, or and talking about males and females, I realized that in these broods, there's males and females in them. I'm just kind of referring to them as young turkeys. I really don't know how to tell when they're young. You can't see beards on them, and I know you can tell by the feathers. I'm just not very good at it. You might be able to tell by their heads and different things, but and then they kind of do a little jaunt through my woods here, and I don't know how many times they've been through here this summer. A lot of times you just miss them. You don't even know. If you're not looking out the window, you don't see them. If I'm not out in the yard, they basically just wander through. But they're not tame by any means. If they see me and I'm out there, if I happen to see them and try to sneak out and videotape them, once they pretty well made me, they're gone. So they're not tame. They're wild turkeys, and I don't feed them, so I like it better that way. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it.